Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course on the Instagram Profit Map. You're going to learn how to profit from Instagram without having to sell. All right, so this is video number 1, which is the introduction. And what I want to do now is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course so you know exactly what to expect ahead of time. And that just gives you an idea of all the pieces of the puzzle and how they fit together, and implementation will be a lot faster. All right, so video 1 is this particular video, as I said. Video number 2 is platform comparison. So we're going to take a look at YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And the reason why is because we want to get an idea of the atmosphere and the environment and the behaviors so that when you enter Instagram, you do it correctly. Video number 3, we're going to talk about starting on the right foot. Video number 4, we're going to talk about how to build a brand or a lifestyle. And this is key, specifically and especially for Instagram. And you'll see in just a minute. Video number 5 is what creates inspiration. And it'll make more sense in just a minute. But video number 6, we're going to talk about you get one URL. And with Instagram profiles, you can't really put the link in all of your posts like Facebook. It's just one URL. So how do you make money with that? And we'll talk more about that in the later videos. So video number 7, we're going to talk about how to sell on Instagram. Video number 8, we're going to talk about sponsored posts and how you can make money with that as you grow and how you can use that to actually build your Instagram profile literally overnight. So now what I want to do is talk about mindset, because having the right mindset and going into this is so important. And the reason why is because a lot of times as sellers, product owners, or service owners, or whatever business owners, you are at the end of the day, you're trying to sell your product, right? Shopify store, affiliate store, or whatever. But instead of focusing on selling, you want to focus on influencing and creating a brand and creating a lifestyle. That's what Instagram is all about and how that's different. And we'll talk more about the differences in the next video. But here's what you need to get started, which is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to need, number 1, an Instagram account. And of course, you'll need an idea of what you will be influencing people about, which indirectly will sell your product and service. But it'll make more sense as I go through the course. All right, so with that said, let me jump on over to video number 2. So welcome back to video number 2, which is platform comparisons. And the reason why this is so important is because the problem and the reason why most people fail at specific social platforms is they enter that platform thinking that they can use what they do on Facebook on Instagram, or what they do on YouTube on Instagram. But the reality is that you are entering a totally different culture. So imagine entering a totally different culture and trying to do something that works in a different culture. That's not going to work, right? So you need to know the differences, and you need to make sure that you're in the right mindset before you actually move in. So did you know that there's a big difference between Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram? Well, let's talk about that. So knowing how they behave, how users behave, how they expect you to behave, and their expectations of you are important, all right? So that increases your sales, your success rate on all that. So this is where it's easy to fail as often. We enter a specific culture, like I said, that has certain expectations, and not following these rules just gets you avoided or seen as a spammer. So you do not want to be seen as a spammer or be seen as an outsider. You want to be seen like you are part of the culture, all right? So that's what I'm trying to get at here. So let's talk about the differences. YouTube, people go here to learn how to do something. So you got a lot of DIYers or people who like to do things themselves. Like, say, for example, you break something on your wall, you need to learn how to patch it up. You go on YouTube, you learn how to do things. Plus, people go there to kind of de-stress. They like to watch entertaining videos. They like to watch, people singing or people dancing or learn how to do something, basically. So that's what YouTube is. You can't really take that same concept and bring it over to Instagram because it's totally different, right? Facebook. Facebook is a great place for people to see what's happening, to discover what is happening in the world, what their friends are doing, what people that have similar interests are doing. They can join groups and all of that. So it's all about discovery. All right. So many different ways of discovery. Now, Instagram, on the other hand, is where people come here to get inspiration, to get ideas. So they might have discovered something on Facebook, but they want to get more ideas about it from Instagram. So if you'll notice, Instagram is a platform with a lot of beautiful, aesthetically pleasing images. So that's another thing. You want to make sure that you have really aesthetically pleasing images. So if you're not a person that create really good images, you're going to need to have a program to do that. And we'll talk more about that later on. You can use these programs to create beautiful looking quotes, beautiful looking images, and all that. But that's something to keep in mind. But people come here to get ideas. They tend to follow brands. They want to know more about the brand, right? They want to follow their favorite celebrities. They want to follow the lifestyles. They want to see what's happening. So I'll give you some examples and concrete situations that you can actually get a better idea of how all of this works. But really, what I'm trying to set you up for is success, and set you up for the right mindset so that you move in and you're able to close more sales, close more leads, generate more followers and fans. And that's the whole goal at the end of the day. Now, Instagram and Facebook have very different audiences. Now, you'll notice now that Facebook has bought out Instagram, but they still have very totally different audiences. Something that works on Facebook may not work on Instagram. So just keep that in mind. Different platforms, even though something works there, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work at Instagram. And I'm going to show you how to make sure that you get things working and all that. Now, like I said, you'll notice that Instagram has a lot of aesthetically pleasing photos, so you'll need to make sure that you focus on that and make sure that you show that your company, your brand, and all that looks really, really nice and appealing. Now, here's a little tip. On your Instagram profile, when people go to the Instagram profile, they're going to see about a few images. And people will normally judge you based on the first 9 photos in your profile. And based on that, they will decide to stay or they will decide to leave. So you got to make sure that you choose your best 9 photos forefront. So when somebody comes to your Instagram profile, they see the best of the best, right? All right, so now that we've talked about that, and now you have a better idea of how Instagram works, let's jump on in and go to video number 3 and talk about how to start out on the right foot.